it's me again. And it's Precious again. She just went to the groomer today, so she wants you to see how pretty she looks. She looks just so pretty beautiful. She just looks so beautiful. She had so much fun, but she's been at the groomer all day, which is actually a good thing because they gave me time to do some stuff. But she got herself all dolled up, and so I said, well, I guess it's time for a video, and she must know what that means because here she is. So today it's a yarn haul, all about yarn haul. Y'all, I've been telling myself over and over again, I'm not going to buy any more yarn. I don't need any more. I've got way more than I need right now. And unfortunately, I've had to buy some more because Michael's got some new yarn, and I have to try the new yarn. And then also, something that happened about midweek was I found Premier. I just happened to be looking on Facebook for something, and Premier is talking about discontinuing some colors, which I didn't know they were going to do that, and it's because they got some new colors. So they said they had new colors coming out, so they had to make room for it and get rid of discontinue others, which I don't know why they're going to discontinue them. There's only about maybe 2 that I really cared about, but I mean, what are you going to do? They're going to get rid of them. There's nothing you can do. So I have some to show you, a lot to show you as a matter of fact. So I'm going to start with the Michaels because that's already been out there. I have to wait because my store is so tiny that they don't get the Cozy Cub. They don't get the new stuff that comes out, which to me, go out there and check your records, people, and see what's selling and what's not, because I'm pretty sure some of that's not selling. And I do see it bare a lot. So I'm like, well, if you're not selling there, don't you think maybe you could rearrange things and make it so you could bring in some of the new things, because that's why I go there. But there's a lot of stores in this state that I've noticed that don't have it or they're out. So can you stop doing that, please? So what we're going to start with first, stop. So what we'll start with first is the Big Twist Fluff. I just like that sound, fluff, and it is soft. It is so soft. Look at those pretty colors, which would be good for a bear, a dog, just about anything. I mean, it's just a really beautiful color, really beautiful. And they're, like I said, they are fluffy. They are soft. I like that. And they are the weight of like a Burnett, or maybe a little bit smaller. Let's make sure you can see that. So Mojave Desert is this name of this one, and there's 250 grams, 109 yards. I believe the Burnett's like 300 or 309 or something like that. But when I'm paying for stuff like that, that's kind of what I want to look at is also the price and how much am I getting for it. So I didn't buy these on sale. They are the regular price, and I believe it's $10. I'll look and I'll put it up here. But yeah, it's a good deal. I had to get it. It wasn't on sale, unfortunately. But this week, they are on sale, and I needed some more, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. Like I said, I'm not supposed to be buying yarn, but I'm buying it. But I did put in an order because it's buy one, get one half price, and I needed some, and I'll show you what I needed in a minute. But that is the fluff and the brown, or Mojave Desert. I love that, so pretty. Next, I have the green, which is, I believe, Rainforest. That's so pretty, Rainforest. And that's the fluff as well. I just think that's a really pretty color. Really pretty. I guess you could make pickles with it. I don't know what I'm gonna make with it, y'all. If it's pretty and it's soft, more than likely I'm gonna have it and use it. I will use it. I just don't know what for yet. So we'll figure something out, though. I know we will. So that's that. And then I also got, I believe I got 2. I don't see the other one though, but I'm pretty sure I got 2. The Big Twist Fluff, yeah. And this is the Moonless Night. I think that's just really pretty. Moonless Night. And that is a very pretty color. And I'll probably make some dogs out of that. I like the black not all black, but black with a speckle, and I like that a lot. I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for yet, but I will use it. And then also they had, and I bought this one. I'll be using here the next couple days. This I'm not sure when I will use it, but I will. But this is the Cuddle Craft Fur. Cuddle Craft Fur. This is the Cashmere Rose. Cashmere Rose. And that's going to be used on a dragon, actually. Believe it or not, a dragon. And this one is, how come I can't find the name? Cappuccino. This one is Cappuccino. And again, that's something I would probably use on a dog. And I bought this one to go with this one because just like, oh, looks a lot different on the screen than it does in person. So I probably won't use it with that. I'll probably use it with some other color I've got. But let's see here. Nope, that's even too light. I've got this color, I believe, or close to this color in the Premier. Yeah, I've got this color in Premier. Why do I always have problems with this? I believe I have this color in Premier Chunky yarn. But I probably use it for a dog, or I might use it as accents. I'm not sure yet. And then we have Loops and Threads Grande Ombre. Grande Ombre. Look at that green. Is that not pretty? That's like a sage color. I don't believe they call it sage. They call it, yeah, they do. Sage green. That's what I thought it looked like. And you can look in here and see how light it gradiates to. Goes all the way down to that. And I ordered, like I said, I put in another order, and what it was for was the pink. I do not have any more of the pink because I'm making another one of my favorite dragons, which is Winnie. And so I'll show you. I started off with her tail. Look at that pretty color. And then it just goes to the lighter pink. And actually, this is what I have left over. That is the color, almost white, but not really. It's a very, very, very light pink. And I couldn't find any other pinks that I had that was that color or close to that color. And I have to do the legs, the wings, the legs and wings. And the horns are done. Yeah, the legs and wings. And I'm like, what I thought I'll do is I'll probably make the legs out of the darker color. And then I just thought this would be so cool. And then I told somebody else that I was going to use this as the fur that goes along her back and also on her wings and her tail. So I love Winnie. It takes a long time. She said it takes her about 5 hours. Her and the people who tested for her, and that's no lie. It does take me at least that long. What I've been doing though is, I told you, I go to work early and people laugh at me, and I'm like, sorry, but I got to get up early. I'm not a sleeping kind of person. And I go to work and I'm there for a couple hours early, and I play on my tablet and get stuff like that, and I do some of my business stuff. But I've been spending at least an hour in the mornings starting her because I don't have any other time. The only other time besides work that I can work on them, is in the evenings and on weekends. Well, there's a thing called life. You got to clean the house. You got to do the laundry. You got to take care of the animals and all that good stuff, and go to doctor's appointments and everything else, and go get your car taken care of and spend 5 hours there. So, had I had my medicine and had I had some of the yarn, I probably would have started on another dragon. But that's over and done with, so we'll move on. But I just think that's pretty to go and make a dragon that goes gradient, and that is actually what I'm going to do with the green. And I also got, where is it? I also got the Loops and Threads, and what's it called? Canyon Sunset. Canyon Sunset. And look at those colors. How it just goes from all this dark to this, all the way to this light in here. But that's so pretty. That is just gorgeous. And I think I'll probably have a few of those dragons at the end of October. Well, the very beginning of October is my favorite market, the one that I did great at. And then in a couple weeks after that, I have my first Renaissance fair. So I'm trying to make as many dragons and other mystical creatures, but I'm really into dragons, so that's what I'm doing more of. But dragons and mystical creatures for that fair. So got that. And then I had gotten this about 2 weeks ago, I think it was. I didn't have it for my last video, so I knew it would be in after that, and it came in like the next day. But I've gotten, it's stuff that I already had. This is not something new. This is just things that I needed. I'm trying to make sure that I have every color of the Loops and Threads Petite Pearl. This is the very, very thin yarn, like what people make cotton with, or cotton, they use cotton, the thing that they use cotton yarn for, like those little race cars I want to, or not race cars, but just the automobiles I want to make, the truck, the dump truck, all the little things for little boys. And I don't like to use that. I say it all the time. But with this, I can use the size 4, and I like the size 4 hook. I really do. I have no problems with that at all. And I can use this yarn, and it comes out maybe probably a little bit bigger, since I'm using that, and they talk about using a 2 with the cotton. But this does not split. It doesn't cause me problems. I love it. I have no problem whatsoever using this. So I've got the black. I got 2 of those because I didn't have any black yet. And then I got some of the brown. I don't even know if this tells me what color it is, does it? Ah, cappuccino. So I got some of the cappuccino brown for little dogs, little bears, things like that. And then I've already got a couple. I've already got a couple of the Havon. And I've already got a couple of this color, which is Havon, I think it said. It's just a very, very light tan. I use that for like baby dolls and things. So I've got a couple of those, but I know I'm going to be making some more, and hopefully I'll be making some mystical, like fairies and things like that. I'd like to anyhow. And if I can do that, then that's what I'll be using that for. So I knew I needed some more of that. I never have the color blue. I don't know why, but I rarely have the color blue. And so I wanted to get some of that. Yeah. And I wanted to get some of that, so I got 3 of the demi pearl in this blue Skyway. And it's so soft, y'all. It's so soft. I love it. I always hear the Granny by Nature talking about their how many things they make with the demi pearl, and it is so soft. It is so soft and so nice. Don't know what I'm going to make yet, but that's something I'll be using. And now we're going to go into Premier. And I was telling you that they discontinued some colors, and I didn't get them all, of course, because I don't need them all. But there are some colors that I think are just really pretty, and I don't understand, like this color right here. I use this for a lot. And this is the sea glass, but to me, I just call it mint color, because that's basically what it is. It's mint. But they're selling them 3 bags for that much. But it's cheaper than you would get them for each, so it's a little bit of a sale. And since they're discontinuing them, I don't want to be without, so I made sure I got some. So I got the sea glass. This is another beautiful color, and I can see making axolotls with this color and this is the accent, or this color and this is the accent, either or. And this is the peacock, and it's so pretty. I'm going to take it out of the, because I really want you to see the color. It's so soft. I mean, yeah, it's gotten thinner over the years, or over the months, I should say, but it is so soft. That doesn't even look the same as what it does in person, but that's a pretty, pretty color. I love that peacock. I've been looking for a peacock pattern, and I haven't been able to find one. I'm going to put this over here. The next thing I got was I wasn't ready, y'all. Should have been ready for this. Thought I was ready. Cloudy Day. And it's just a mild gray. But you can use that for the mice. You can use that for the possums. There's a lot of different things you can use it for. A lot of different things. And I just put in another order for Premier because after I put in this order, I was like, shoot, I ran out of white. I don't know what it is, but I've got lots of the bigger yarn, thicker yarn, I should say. But a lot of times I need the smaller string, like the petite, but in between the petite and the larger, that's usually going to be Premier. So I had to put in an order for some Premier for the white. And I was just saying that I didn't have a lot of blues, so I did buy the blue because this pale blue is going to be discontinued. And I think that's a really pretty pale blue. Light lavender, kind of, but pale blue. I forget how soft this is. And then I got a lot of them. Because a lot of them I thought, well, what if it goes out and I need that color? You know, what if? That's what I think a lot of us do when we buy the yarn. I got to get some because what if? But this is Dusty Mauve. Dusty Mauve. That is so pretty. And I haven't even looked, but I don't know about that going with my dragon. That's a little bit different color, so. But it's so pretty. And then I got some of this. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I don't understand it, but I saw one of the colors was cocoa, and I think that's why they're getting rid of this one. But they're discontinuing the espresso. Why? I don't understand why. Maybe because it's just such a dark brown. I don't know. Not sure why. I mean, it's really close to being black. That's how dark it is. And that might be why they're getting rid of it. I don't know. They don't fill me in on this or tell me why they make their decisions. So, and then next we have Lagoon. This is so pretty. I don't understand it. I don't understand why they're getting rid of it. That is a very pretty color. I'm going to be making some, I have a feeling I'm going to be making some I have a feeling I'll be making some reading worms because they are just the cutest little bookworms. And I think all of these colors would be so nice. Axolotls would be nice in this color as well. So pretty. And then the last one that I got, the last one that I got was Dusty Rose. No, not Dusty, just Rose. Just Rose. And that's pretty. That is pretty. And that is still darker and not the right shade of what I'm needing. So that's why I bought another pink ombre, or the pink ombre, so I can finish my dragon. So yeah, that's why I say I have to have it. So while my little one was at the groomers today getting all prettied up, I was able to get started on another one of my patterns. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I want to start coming out at least one a month with what I'm thinking of that I'm still not going to say. I still don't see it anywhere on Etsy. I don't see it anywhere free. I don't see it anywhere. I can't believe I'm the first to think of it, but yay. But they're going to it's going to be a line of pals of different animals doing the same thing. And so I hope to have my first pattern out within the next couple of weeks, if nothing else. It's hard when I have her at home 24/7 because she feels the need to either be in my lap or playing with me or me feeding her something. And she's a very picky feeder or eater. This girl has had nothing but the best. I don't feed her dog food. I've heard all the harmful things and how dogs that used to live for 15, 16 years or dying at 10, 12, and they've got diseases they didn't have before and different ailments that they didn't have a lot before, and it's because of the dog food. The dog food's out there, the dry dog foods. So I said okay with my puppy. She cost me money, so I'm going to make sure that she gets fed right. The problem is that she's a very picky eater. She wants to eat what mom is eating, and sometimes even not that. She won't eat the same thing 2 days in a row. I have bought the best farmer's dog, I think it was. She will go and sniff it and walk away. Well, that was interesting. Just had a whole bunch of fire trucks and ambulances going by on the road, and I didn't really think you wanted to hear that, but I don't know how long that went on for, but I'll try to edit out some of it. The other thing that I've been working on that I'm not ready to show you yet is another one of my big plushies. I'm going to get the other one done. I'm going to get that cat done, and I hope to show it to you next week. That's my plan for this week, is to get that one done. Hopefully get my dragon done. I'd like to get some patterns done. I'd like to get some actual plushies done to show you and share with you. It's just that with life and work and the dog and everything else, it's kind of hard for me. And the patterns, I want to get on those patterns so bad because I want to share them with everybody, because it's a really cool concept, I think. And I think a lot of people will like it. The problem that I'm running into is, how can I make them, because I make big things, and how can I make them so that they're market friendly, so everybody can make them and not feel like, well, yeah, you made these big old plushies and I need something this small to sell at markets and stuff. So I'm trying to make it so it's low sew or no sew, and that's the hardest part right now, because I just want to make them all and then you just sew them, or some of them you can just crochet them in. But because I like to sew, I don't mind the sewing. Well, I don't want to say I like it. I don't mind the sewing, and other people do not like it. So, and some people have a bigger abrasion to it. So I want everybody to be able to use it. So I guess I'm going to have to figure that out. But I hope to do that, and I hope to have the first ones out here, like I said, in this month. Well, not this month, but March. Maybe one this month. I might be able to do one this month if I can get on it and get it figured out. But that's what I'll probably be working on for the rest of tonight, and then we'll see. But I think that's it right now. I wanted to make sure I got my yarn haul with you and let you know about the Parfait Chunky, so you can go on their site and get them while they're on sale before they're all sold out, until they're the ones that they're discontinuing. Because once they're all sold out, they're gone. And then also, I'm not done, so I shouldn't even show you, but you know me, I can't wait, I gotta show everybody everything. I have to put the faces on them. But I found these cute little, the only thing that you put stuffing in is like the head, and on this one the shell. But they're little Pokemon, little guys. I mean, they're so little. Look at that. I mean, like keychain size, probably. I don't plan on making them keychains, but if they want them to be made into there, I'll take the stuff with me at the market in case they do want it. But I love this guy. And I've got I've got a pattern of this one. I'm in love with this little guy. I don't even, Pokemon was nothing to me. I've never played it, I know, who they are, and I don't know all their names or anything. I know what they do, and I know there's games that they play on their phone with them and stuff, but that just wasn't anything I cared about. But this little guy, and it's not this one, there's a blue one, and those, I love them. I just think they're the cutest little things ever. And but anyhow, these are just little ones, and I'll put the creator up there. But yeah, I just haven't got the faces, and I gotta do their little eyes. So that's what I gotta do with these. I'll hopefully have them done next week. But I think that's it for this week, y'all. I had a friend tell me that my videos were too long, and I watch people with longer ones than me. But I guess that's all I've got really to show you. I will, that's it. I did do some, they take like 5-10 minutes at the most, but I make scrunchies with the yarn. And the person that I take the groomer that I take my dog to, she's just so sweet and so nice. And I took her, and she was going to pay me, they're $5 each. And I said, no, no. And she was insistent. And I said, no. I said, put that as my tip, because they usually have a tip thing. And I don't feel comfortable doing that with hairdressers or groomers or anything like that, because a lot of the times I'm thinking, this is all, it's like me. I don't ask for tips. I make the stuff, you pay for it, you buy it. I don't ask you to tip me. And that's a service, because I make the things. So I'm thinking anyone who does your hair or does grooming or something like that, they're making whatever it is that they're charging you for. And if they're giving you a haircut, they're not using that much shampoo. They're not using that much, chemicals or whatever. It's just them doing the work on you. So I'm figuring that. I don't know. That's just me though. But I feel like I have to if it's asked. So I usually do. So I told her, I said, just use it as a tip. And she was so ecstatic, and I'm glad. So I made her. I had already made her one that was one that I use I use it a lot, and it's the white with the speckles in it, like birthday cakes are a lot of the times made out of. And then she said that she wanted a black one, so I made her a black one with parfait, chunky. And then I asked her if there's anything else, and she said, oh yeah, the color of Precious. So I came home and got a tan colored one that looked a lot like Precious. And hi, did I wake you up? You been sleeping? And so I got her one that looked a lot like that, and went and took it to her today, and she was just ecstatic. So I'm glad I could make her day. And at the same time, she made my day, because she made my Precious look so pretty. So let's show them once more how pretty you are. Look at you. See, I'm just so pretty when they get me all fixed up and I'm not all messy. And I'm not all messy. And she said, you look a lot skinnier when you're all done too, huh? Because she shaves you down. Yeah, because she shaves you down. So you want to say goodbye to all the people? Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Well, thank you all for joining me again. Please come back again. Remember what I always say. And I'm not Chuck Woolery. I'm not doing the 2 and 2. And if you know, you know. What I'm saying is just switch it. If you're saying all those negative things, I can't do it, I'm not worth it, I'm not going to make it, I could never do that, switch it. Yes, you can. And you just got to give yourself more positive thinking. And you can do anything if you give yourself more positive thinking. That's all you got to do is just the positivity. So take care of yourselves. Have a great weekend and love yourselves. Bye.